What's causing houses to fall apart in Nigeria? Did you know that every year thousands of houses in Nigeria are reported as deteriorating or collapsing? In fact, it's estimated that 50,000 homes face severe structural issues annually. These aren't just numbers, they represent lives affected, families displaced, communities torn apart. The root of this problem lies in the quality of the housing in Nigeria. Housing is not just having a roof over your head, it's about safety, stability, and community. When homes fall apart, the effect ripples through families, neighborhoods, and the entire city. Welcome back to my channel. This is Tayo Akinshanwa, the CEO of Jackie A Properties. Today we're talking about the most touching topic, and that is why buildings collapse in Nigeria. We have seen so many buildings collapse in the past few years. We've seen a high-rise collapse in Ikoyi. We've seen a building collapse on Lagos Island. We've seen a building collapse in Gomo. Today we're going to talk about different reasons why buildings collapse in Lagos, Nigeria, and how we can avoid it. Number one, poor building materials. One major reason is the use of poor building materials. Substandard cement, sand, and concrete blocks are often used to cut costs. But these weak materials can't withstand the element of heavy loads. This leads to structures that are simply not built to last. A lot of people buy blocks from roadside sellers, which they're not standardized. This because these developers or builders, they now build high rises, which those are the ones that are collapsing that we've seen so far. They build high rises with substandard block. I'm going to recommend a block making company. I'm going to bring the CEO of that big block making company to my program, and he will talk to you about what you need to build, the strength of block you need to build any type of building, high rise, low rise, no rise. He will give you a lot of information. I'm not an engineer, so I have limited information I can give to you, but he's going to give you a lot of information and insight into the block making industry and why we should not buy substandard blocks. Another significant factor is inadequate construction techniques. Shoddy workmanship. We see buildings and that don't even have project managers. They just gather some artisans, Baba Molika, Baba Saida, Baba this, Baba that. You just see them building. They actually don't know what they're doing. All they know is that they're mounting blocks. They're mounting substandard blocks, substandard workers, mounting substandard blocks, and they're building a house, 2 stories, 3 stories, everything substandard. Obviously, what will happen? It collapses. We also have the lack of proper foundation and insufficient structural support, which often goes unnoticed during construction. These mistakes cause buildings to collapse like a pack of cards, leaving families in despair. 14 years ago, I discovered that there was something called raft foundation. We have various types of foundations, but because these houses are built by different artisans, in fact the artisans that come today are not the ones that come tomorrow, there's no continuity in the building. There's no research on the soil. There is nothing. All they do is they're just mounting blocks, and it's a recipe for disaster. Yes, when the house is finished, because everybody is ignorant, you say, oh, what a beautiful house, until you see the thing collapsing. Factor 3 is now heavy rainfall and flooding. Nigeria's rainy season, heavy rainfall, it would erode the foundation that was even not done well. Now, let's look at it this way. A house is being built by shoddy workmen, no project manager, the foundation is bad, the blocks are substandard. What else would you expect? Oh, heavy rainfall. And what it does is, as the erosion happens, your foundation, the shoddy foundation, is being exposed. Factor number 4 is aging infrastructure. Aging infrastructure is another growing concern. Older buildings, especially those without proper maintenance, deteriorate over time. Cracks from foundations weaken, and eventually these structures become a ticking time bomb waiting to collapse. Factor number 5, overloading. Overloading buildings. Naija, extra floors, add one. Okay, add one. This puts serious strain on the structure, like adding more weight into a system that is already under pressure, and that pressure can cause buildings to fall. I mean, a building collapsed in Ikoyi due to overloading, and it collapsed. Factor number 6, soil erosion is another silent culprit. When erosion weakens the soil around the building's foundation, it compromises the stability of the structure. This can be triggered by poor drainage, deforestation, or heavy rainfalls. And a major one is corruption in the system. Builders cut corners, buy substandard materials, they ignore building codes, they often get away with it by bribing officials with little or no enforcement of construction standards. The safety of the building is often compromised for personal gain. These factors, poor materials, bad workmanship, environmental issues, aging infrastructures, overloading, soil erosion, and corruption are all contributing to the growing housing crisis in Nigeria. But the question remains, what can be done about it? Solutions will require collective effort, from enforcing stricter building codes and regulations to better management of environmental risk and addressing the root causes of corruption. It's time we ensure that these places we live are safe and secure and sustainable. Only then we can truly protect our community and prevent more homes from falling and more lives being lost. It's such a pity. My heart bleeds to the families of people that were lost in such situations. Some people died in such situations, and some people have not been recovered. So from what I said in my previous videos about quality, always ensure you get a quality controlled and assured project manager. Thanks for watching my video today. I believe you've learned a thing or two. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like, and press the bell for upcoming videos. Bye bye.